but they are open every Monday through Friday from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. and are prepared to help students download and use the app. On Tuesday at 9 p.m., Clarkston police officers responded to a shooting. Upon arrival, officers found a dead male at the residence. David Boyd, a 76-year-old male, was also at the scene and told officers he had shot his neighbor during a dispute between them. Boyd was taken to the Clarkston Police Department and arrested for second-degree murder. Today, charges against Boyd have been upgraded to first-degree murder. He remains in custody at Asotin County Jail. Preston's Pumpkin Patch will be open every Saturday and Sunday throughout the month of October. It's about a 25-minute drive from Pullman, and they encourage all WSU students to come check it out and pick up a pumpkin. Although the Pac-12 disillusion has been disappointing to many, Cougs have stayed faithful throughout, and some, like Gabriel, have more passion than ever. Former Star Mariner Ichiro Suzuki was inducted into the Baseball Hall of Fame yesterday. Suzuki was just one vote shy of a unanimous decision. Students at Washington State University took to the polls this week to make their voices heard in the 2024 election. Exercising the right to vote was made easier this year thanks to an event put on by the WSU Center for Civic Engagement. The Student Voting Engagement Hub was hosted at the Cub Senior Ballroom. The event was open from November 4th through 5th up until Washington State ballot boxes closed at 8 p.m. At the event, students could register to vote in person, pick up voter pamphlets, print and drop off ballots, and of course, vote.
My name is Ben Calabretta. I am the Director of the Center for Civic Engagement at WSU. The goal of the event is to provide an easy resource for students to come and get voter information, print their ballots if they need to, register in person, and to celebrate voting. Ultimately, we want students to be leaders in their communities wherever they end up, like at WSU or after graduation, and participating in our democracy, understanding what the issues are, and actually casting your ballot is part of being a leader in your community.
Abby Kiles is a senior at WSU who volunteered at the event both days.
Especially in this day and age, I think it's important that your vote is heard and your voice is heard.
Despite the long lines, over 2,000 WSU students made their voices heard and voted at the event, a powerful reminder of the impact young voters have on shaping our future. The event took place here in the Cub on the 3rd floor. WSU faculty and student volunteers worked hard to put the event together, emphasizing that every vote counts and young people can make key decisions. Based on the turnout, students responded. Regardless of which side you're on, WSU gave all students a place to safely and easily exercise their right to vote. Reporting from Pullman with Murrow News 8, I'm Ella Kastner. Wine shelves are packed with options, but new research shows that for women, the label can sometimes speak louder than the flavor. A 3-part experimental study led by Washington State University researchers conducted this October showed that women are more inclined to purchase a bottle of wine if it has feminine gender cues. The study was conducted online with a group of 324 women. The women were shown a series of fictitious wine bottles. Half of the wine bottles had traditionally masculine designs on the labels, featuring rugged animals and portraits of men. The other half had labels with traditionally female designs, such as animals, flowers, and female portraits. In the end, the female participants showed higher intention to buy wines with a feminine label. Katie Stern is a junior at WSU studying business with an emphasis on hospitality and wine. This summer, she studied abroad in Florence, Italy, where she was then hand-selected to serve wine at the James Beard Foundation in New York City.
I took 2 different classes. One was pairing food and wine, and the other was philosophy of flavors and taste. In September, I took this class called Wine Communications and Marketing, and basically we just talked about more marketing strategies on how to hit more consumers. I think now with more knowledge I have on wine, it wouldn't necessarily just be like what the label looks like, but I do think it is an important aspect of it because it's what draws you to the bottle in the first place. I definitely do think that there should be more female influence. I feel like wine is drank mainly by women, and it's also perceived as more of a feminine drink, and so it would make more sense to have more females in the industry.
Kaylin Riley is a senior at WSU. She is currently enrolled in HBM 350, a class dedicated to trying and learning about alcoholic beverages.
We taste wine, beer, and spirits, and we learn about the production of all of those different types of alcohols.
Even with all of the knowledge she has learned this semester, when asked if the label would still influence her decision to buy a bottle of wine, she responded,
It still does, yeah, it definitely does.
According to the lead author of the study, women represent 59% of wine consumers in the US, and the male-dominated field of winemaking might want to pay more attention to this understudied group. This study is one of the first to provide insight into the psychology of female wine consumers, highlighting the importance of branding. But the findings from this study go beyond just the surface level. It suggests that it may be time for the winemaking industry to shift its approach, emphasizing the importance of greater female representation in the world of winemaking. Reporting in Pullman with Murrow News 8, I'm Ella Kastner.